Okay, we will now open the Urban Renewal Agency meeting. Can we call the meeting to order? Sadie, will you do roll call, please?
Yes. Commissioner Hughes? Here. Commissioner McElroy?
Here.
Commissioner Metcalf?
Here.
Commissioner Prokop? Here. Commissioner Strobel? Commissioner Tenbush?
Here.
And Chair Drinkfine.
Here, thank you very much for that, Sadie. Do we have anybody online for community comment? No? Anybody in the audience wishes to speak that hasn't put in a form? No. Okay. We're moving on to the consent agenda. Can I get a motion?
I move to approve the consent agenda.
Okay, I got a first. Can I get a second, please?
Second.
Got a first and second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion passes. Thank you. Okay, we're moving on to the next agency business, the grant application for 325 Broadway Street, Estacada School District
Yes,
is applying. Okay. Go ahead
we
and take it
received
away.
an application from Estacada School District for the known as the Artsmith Building, the former Artsmith Building there on Broadway Street. They're looking to do some work that includes updating the awning, building a vestibule, and installing a security system. You'll see that we discussed a little bit about how the school district does not pay property taxes, so it won't immediately result in a tax increase for the URA, but the improvements will stay with the building, not the tenancy. So we expect that at some point it will increase.
Okay.
And then the applicants are here and they can come up to the podium.
Hello.
All right, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Good, good. We love your project, obviously.
Thank you.
I think you'll find that with everybody here tonight, that we'll all pretty much be on the same page.
Okay.
Tell us a little bit about what you're doing with the.
I can talk about the project. Actually, if we want to talk about a little about the program that we're doing, I'll hand it to our communications director, Maggie Kelly, first.
Right.
Yeah, so we are really excited to bring Deep Creek Learning Academy down to downtown Estacada. This is formerly the Road to Success program, which has really served around 50 traditionally students at the high school level that may not have experienced the level of success and ability to thrive in a traditional high school setting, and they are able to thrive in this alternative learning environment. And there's a number of reasons that we have wanted to relocate this program. For one thing, it's growing. There's a lot of student interest, which indicates a really successful and thriving program, which we're really excited to see. But additionally, moving this will allow students to have more experiences interacting with downtown in a positive way, making connections with the community. And additionally, for some students, selecting this alternative learning facility is because they want a little bit of distance from the traditional social setting of a traditional high school. And this location will allow them to have that. And again, really to thrive. We have really talented staff at that facility, and we're prepared to increase staffing to really allow optimal supervision and the one-on-one learning environment and specialized learning that really allows these kids to thrive. Anyone that has interacted with this program in the past will tell you they have wonderful stories of students getting across the graduation stage because of the impact of this program. So we're really excited to bring it to the downtown Estacada area, and Mike will talk more about what it means for the building, but the district has a pretty long history of maintaining facilities and really making the best of whatever facilities we are given. So it would be no different with this facility, and we're excited for that opportunity.
All right, a little bit about the project, recognizing that it's an alternative school location. We still want to recognize that it might be slightly different than a traditional classroom. This project really entails of building two smallish, medium-sized classrooms in the very front of the building. And then if you've ever been in the building, there's a kind of a modified office area that might have been used for a kitchenette or whatnot. We're going to be adding some wall space there for staffing and confidential meetings. Outside of that, there's a drinking fountain and a water fill station that we're adding. And then the majority of the space, the middle part of the space, is going to be wide open to be able to support the alternative learning styles and methods for our students. So that's really the scope of the project as we stand right now. We do want to consider some future proofing or future thinking as far as other breakout space, GED testing areas. But right now, our focus is just those 2 classrooms so that we can get students in the building by the start of the school year.
Okay,
I
great.
wanted to bring up one more thing that I think would be really an asset to the community is we're looking at expanding the GED testing capabilities to open it up to the entire community. So not just our students can access GED testing. The closest GED testing center right now is out in Oregon City, which could be a barrier for some people getting out there. And we never want distance to be a barrier for someone to get their GED, which is really impactful on their life. So we do think having that GED testing facility in the future in downtown Estacada would really benefit not just our students, but the community as a whole. So that's another exciting opportunity there.
And I'll add just some other components to the scope of work is security and safety and life safety. So fire systems, our security systems being installed, cameras, access control, so that, students can be in there safely and then no one can just freely enter the building at any time. So that's part of the scope of work as well, just the infrastructure for the building.
Good. Questions? We have any? Right?
So obviously the bond didn't pass. Did that impact this project?
No, this project was already slated to begin and keep moving forward, whether we pass the bond or not. We made the decision to enter an agreement with the owner back in, I believe it was February or March, and we had committed to going forward with this project.
What's the graduation rate compared to the high school for the students that are participating in the alternative program?
That's a great question. I'll have to get back to you guys on that, but we do have a pretty high graduation rate right around our regular graduation rate. And we have seen a lot of students that maybe are falling behind in the traditional setting that would not have been able to graduate that are able to because of this program. But I'll get back to the council with the exact numbers. That's a great question.
Great, thank you. One more quick question. Are you guys thinking about throwing a pool into the construction plans and putting on the bond in November or putting the bond on the ballot in November? Or?
I know that is a polarizing and controversial question. And if we thought it would garner community support and genuinely be the best service to the community, we would definitely consider it.
Fair enough.
Any other questions? I just have one, in the construction, the things that you're asking for in this, I was curious on the awning. The awning that is there is a fabric awning. They don't last. And I was wondering if you're considering putting in a structural awning, more like across the street or down the street, just for the wear and tear factor, because, it just doesn't work with those cloth awnings. And I'm trying to see where we can, since you're going out for it anyway, is that a consideration?
That's a great question. We have been in communication with a company I think that the previous owners had talked with, and we're going through the design process, but we'll be sure to ask them what the lifespan of those are because we do want something that's a good investment. So that's a really good thing for us to check out. Thank you.
Great, thank you. Any other questions? All right, go ahead.
I remember when you guys brought this to the school board and we're talking about it a few months back. And I think this is a really exciting project and a really good opportunity for the community. I have a friend whose son graduated from the Road to Success program and is very successful, and it did him well. The program served him well. And so I've heard firsthand that it's a really good program for those kids who don't want that traditional high school learning environment. It's just not a good fit for them. So I'm in support of this project, and I think this is great.
Thank you.
Well, you've heard it. We're all on board. I don't think there's a question in the room that this is beneficial to our community, and you guys have done a great job, and we expect nothing better than that going forward. So what do you need from us now? Just a vote on this and we'll go. All right. We thank you for speaking on this, and we appreciate having you here.
On page 6 of the packet, you'll find there's some options for motions,
Okay. Page 6, guys.
either as it's presented or to deny or with conditions.
I move to direct staff to prepare and sign a letter of commitment for a grant award to the applicant for the redevelopment of 325 South Broadway Street for the amount of $54,420.50.
Second.
Okay, I've got a first and second. Let's do a roll call on this, please.
Yes.
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 Yes, thank you. All right, enjoy, and we look forward to great things. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, Mike, can you hang out for a second? I got a question after the meeting is adjourned.
Okay, moving forward with the next citizen and community group comments, seeing as I have none. Board member comments, do we have any tonight? Anybody like to speak on this?
I would just like to say, I appreciate you guys continuing the fight. We were all disappointed. Or I would say a lot of us in the community were disappointed with the result as well. We just appreciate your dedication to continue to push the envelope for our community and our kids. So we're with you.
Kind of hoping you'd throw it out there in November just because there's more heads. I think about it. All right. Everything done? Anybody got anything else they want to add? Okay, I will now adjourn the